Okay guys, so I'm going to give this IM a title of the King of Rumble, and I'm going to explain why in this review. Hi guys, my name's Ian. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I do mostly audio product reviews, and if you are new to my channel, do consider to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you get notified of my future videos. Okay, so this is the LetShuoer D13 and it's currently retailing for $95 US. And if you guys are interested, do check out Hifigo.com's website, or you can click on the link down in the description below. Alright, so King of Rumble, and I'll get to the performance of the sound of this later. But for now, let's just go through the accessories, the fit and comfort, the specs, and then of course the sound. Now it comes in a box like this, very nice box, I would say. For $95 it has to come in a very nice box, and it does, right? And at the back here it does have some specs which I'll just briefly go through. So it has a sensitivity of 105, frequency response of 20 to 20,000 hertz. The impedance is 16 ohms, and it doesn't, the driver is N52 neodymium 13mm DLC diaphragm driver, right? So this is a single dynamic driver and is fantastic, which I'll explain later. Okay, so inside the box you'll get quite a few stuff. All right, first the introduction of LetShuoer. So this is their product catalog, and you can actually see the different types of products that you'll find, and also the brand introduction, because LetShuoer is a new brand, and I might say this is a proper brand. It's a very good brand, and by looking at their packaging and the way they present their catalogs and the IEMs that they produce, I would say they are a good and organized company, right? So inside this catalog you'll find their products, the product lineup, their artisan IM services, their production and manufacturing, blah blah blah. All right, so I will not go through this, and of course the paperwork and warranty card, and that's it. Now let's talk about what it comes with. It comes with a nice carrying case like this, and it's a very nice case, right? It's a hard shell case, and this right here is, I think it's real leather. Let's do a smell test. Oh yes, I can smell that real leather smell. So this is real leather. It's black. It's got this stealthy look, and it's nice. I like this case. In fact, I intend to use it, right? And on the inside you do get a mesh pocket. You can put your ear tips inside, and also the nozzle, the interchangeable nozzle, right? So very nice case. The zipper is nice and solid and firm. Okay, very nice case. Right, let's talk about ear tips. So it comes with two different types of ear tips, and this is narrow bore and this is wide bore. So if you want more bass, you should get the narrow bore, and if you want treble, get the wide bore, right? So the tips, this tip here, the narrow bore tip, is quite firm and sturdy and pretty good to use. Right, I'm using it right now. And then the wide bore, I would say it's good also. It's a very good quality ear tips, I might say. The inner core is quite okay. I mean, it stays onto the nozzle of the IEM, and it is okay. It's good to use, right, for this too. So it depends on what sound signature if you want. If you want more treble, then you should get the wide bore. And if you want more bass, you get the narrow bore. Okay, and also it comes with a tuning nozzle. So stock on the IEM itself is actually the base model nozzle, or they call it the balance nozzle, but to me it's very bassy. All right, so this is the balance nozzle. So you want to change it out, you can change it out to the more treble nozzle. So this nozzle right here, I think there are some filters in there which will make the treble sound more forward. Okay, so you can play around with this and also mix and match with the ear tips. okay. And the cable, right? So you can actually choose when you check out to choose whether you want termination of 4.4 or 3.5. So for me, I have a lot of 3.5, so I selected to check out at 4.4, and this is the 4.4 balanced termination. As you can see, you have a TRRS, okay, and it's a very good cable. It's a very stiff 4-core cable, and I mean the color is a bit off. I might say the color is a bit off. I hope that the color could be blue, you know, to match the blue. By the way, this IM comes in two colors. Either you can get it the blue one or the black one. All right, I chose the blue one because blue is my favorite color. And the Y splitter is made of metal, right? There's a metal sleeve here, right? And the chin slider is plastic. Now the ear hooks. Okay, so ear hooks, they are a little bit stiff, right? So this ear hooks, they actually yank the IM out of my ears. So ear hooks are okay, but I intend to take it out if I can. But yeah, so ear hooks are okay, they're normal, but it's a little bit stiff. And this is the 2-pin connector. Okay, right, so cable's nice. I like it's a very nice cable, nice and stiff, and it's not rubbery, it's a little bit smooth, right, to the touch. And let's talk about the IM itself. So this is the D13, as I mentioned. It comes in two colors. You can either choose black or blue, and this is the blue one. All right, so on the outer shell, it's got a very nice design. This is, well, I wouldn't say it's a bullet style, but this is a drum style. Yeah, drum style type of IM. And on the faceplate, it's got a very nice design here. If you see carefully, this may be a vent. I think so, but yeah, it is. So this entire shell is machined out of aluminum, CNC, and a very nice shell. Okay, and you got the branding here, LetShuoer D13. All right, I'm not too sure what the 206 means, but yeah. Very nice shell. This has got this satin blue look, and I'm in love with this color. My favorite color is blue. Okay, on the top here you do get the 2-pin socket or connector. On this side here, I mean this is the details that I like. They do have the L and R indication, and that's the detail I like. It's nice and big so that I can see. Okay, and I forgot to mention the ear hooks or the connectors on the cable is also color coded. You know, the attention to details that they give, you know, it really matters to consumers like us, right? So R is red and left is blue. Okay, so just like you guys know. Okay, so back to the IM. So on the inner shell, you do get a vent. So rest assured, you will not get any ear pressure in your ears while using these IMs. All right, so don't worry about popping your ears. Right, so this will release the pressure in the ear, and I think this one as well. Okay, so on the inner shell, it's got a very nice shape, and this nozzle here can be removed, so you can actually unscrew it. I'll try not to drop it, if not I'll lose it, and that's it. So that's how easy it is. Just unscrew. Okay, and then you can screw it back, right? And you can change the nozzle, change to the treble one. Okay, so the nozzle is pretty normal, right? It's not too wide, not too narrow. Okay, and the filter is a perforated filter. Yep, and you can change it to the treble one, which is, I think it's brass. The color is a little bit different. Okay, so yeah, in terms of design, I really like this design. Very nice shape. Now let's talk about fit and comfort. And now there are two parts to this, right? In terms of the shape of the IM, it fits my ear very well. It in fact, it blends into my ear, and you know, it disappears into my ear. Now if I were to use the stock cable, this ear hook yanks that this IM out of my ear. So yeah, I think I might remove the ear hooks on the cable. But in terms of fit and comfort, this is really nice and really comfortable to use, and fits my ear really well. The nozzle is not too long, and the back of this IM fits my ear really well. It sits right in there, and it doesn't wobble, so that's good. And the back part here is not sharp. It doesn't have any sharp edges. It doesn't press against the inner ear. So yeah, very very nice and comfortable IM to use, right? I love using this. All right, so now let's talk about the sound performance of this IM, the D13. So for that, let me take out my graph. Be right back. Okay, so I am back, and at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this is the king of rumble, and it is. I gave it this titles because of the rumble that it produces. It's just fantastic. You know, the 13mm dynamic driver, the DLC diaphragm dynamic driver, is like having a subwoofer in your ears, right? It's really that kind of level, right? That kind of tactile feel that I get from this D13. Okay, let's talk about the soundstage first, right? Soundstage is more of an intimate soundstage. It's closed in, right? Not a very wide soundstage, but there's some height to it, and the depth is okay as well. The layering is not much as well. So I would say in terms of the soundstage, it's more closed in, right? More of a bedroom or even a toilet type of closed soundstage. Well, maybe not a toilet, but yeah, bedroom. Now, the detail retrieval and resolution is okay, it's good, but not the best, and it's maybe above average at most. So details, they're okay. I can actually hear the nuances of the instruments, the background instruments, but I really need to listen really hard. Okay, resolution is okay as well. I mean, it's high resolution, definitely. You know, it's a good quality driver, and I feel that the sound that it produces is high quality, is good, and no problems with that. So resolution is good, right? Good driver. Now, the imaging is fantastic, right? So imaging is good. You can actually pinpoint and separate the different locations of the sound. But the sound separation, I would say in terms of the layers and the depth, maybe it's a little bit congested on certain tracks, yeah. But if you are listening to solos or even trance, then this might not matter anyway. But yeah, the sound separation is okay. Yeah, it's not the best. Right, so now let's talk about the sound signature of this IM. Now, as I mentioned, there are a lot of IMs that has got this tuning. But what takes this apart, or brings this apart from the rest of the competition, is the type of rumble that it presents to you. It's got this powerful earth-shaking rumble, and it's a very tactile feel to it. It rattles my brains, right? Type of rumble, and it's got a subwoofer type of level of rumble. So though it has got similar tuning as compared to other IEMs, but it sets this is very different, right? Is in terms of the rumble, the resonating rumble is just phenomenal, and no other IEM has this type of rumble. Okay, so the rumble is good, you know, it's fantastic, earth shaking. It's got a warm feel to it, very powerful rumble, right? And it's not a forward type of rumble. If you look at it at the tuning, it's almost at Hammond, right? It's a Hammond type of rumble, right? But it's not too invasive. But because of that rumble, the intensity of that rumble, it bleeds to the rest of the frequency. So it's a very vibrating rumble, right? So you can't really shine or hear the instruments in the mix. It depends on what track you listen to anyway. So yeah, very nice heavy note to the rumble, and very, very good rumble. I love it for the sub bass, right? For the mid bass is impactful. It's got that strong impact as well. Is I would say sufficient, right? Good impact, I would say, and very forward as well. So together with the sub bass, with that rumble and that impact, this combination just gives me that satisfaction and that immersive trance-like dedication to listening to my trance music. Okay, so yeah, this is great, right, for trance. All right, so that's for the bass. As I think you know from how I sound, this whole IEM would be suitable for certain crowd. All right, it's not for everyone. Now for the mids instruments, they do sound recessed, right? They have that laid back presentation to you. They will not stand out. They have that warm heavy note weight as well. Violins, the trumpets, they sound veiled. So yeah, it's because of the bass, because of the rumble, right? And this is the type of tuning certain crowd, certain people like. So this, not everyone will like it. I mean, you can also change the filter, right, which is to the treble filter, and maybe reduce the bass a bit. But in terms of the driver, actually it's the driver that gives that good deep rumble. It's the driver that plays that very big part of it. So yeah, instruments, they are recessed, and they sound good. They sound clear. I'm not saying they don't sound clear. It's just that they are veiled by the bass. Okay. Now, vocals are good, right? And especially male vocals, obviously. So male vocals, they sound really nice and authoritative in the mix, and they really do stand out, right? Without a doubt. Okay. Very nice male raspy voice, especially with this type of tuning. So if you like to listen to male vocals, Michael Bublé, or someone with a very low rumbly voice, yeah, this is the tuning, this is IM you should go for. For female vocals, on the other hand, they're a little bit veiled, right? The brightness is there, right? So there is a little bit of energy, right? Roughly around 8K here. It does peak up a little bit, which brings back some energy to the mix itself. But the gain itself is not too much. So definitely you will not get any sibilance or shoutiness or even sparkle, right? So it will not give you that kind of sparkle that you will expect from a very bright and forward treble IEM. So this one is a little bit, it's not muted, but it sounds a little bit dark, right? A little bit dark. It's not as dark as what I just reviewed, which is the Kai, because of this region here, which is the mid treble. So yeah, it's a good thing that this mid treble is being pulled up, back up, so that it sounds a little bit more energetic. Okay, but yeah, it's got that darkish, a little bit darkish treble, in my opinion. Roll off is a little bit short as well. So cymbal strikes, hi-hats, they sound a bit muted, right? So as not to sound too shouty, right? So for those who listen to rock bands and EDM, trance, the shakers and the snares, they won't sound too fatiguing, right? Okay, so treble wise is okay. Then is meant to complement the type of tuning that this IEM is trying to target at. Okay, so now this IEM is very very specific, right? It's not a bass head type of IEM. At the same time, it's for a certain type of bass head. Is for those who likes the rumble, that vibration, that type of earth shaking, powerful impact and rumble, right? And this is the one. And those of you who listen to a lot of trance, a lot of house music and festival music, this is the IEM you should get. It's got really good rumble. The 13 millimeter diaphragm driver is huge, and it's a subwoofer like type of experience that you'll get, right? So, but for the others, like who likes to listen to classical, jazz, likes more analytical and more lean type of tuning, and then maybe this is not for you, but it's not for everyone, right? So this I would say is tuned for a specific crowd, and I'm one of them. I love my trance. I love listening to trance. I love listening to house, dark, techno, you name it, anything that has got bass, I'm there. Okay, now let's compare this with some other IEMs which I mentioned, and the one which I just reviewed is the Truth Ear Zero. And just look at the, let me just change the color. Okay, so the Truth Ear is green and the D13 is purple, right? So as you can see, the bass, and let me just normalize this graph. Okay, so as you can see, the bass, sub bass and the mid bass is almost similar. In fact, the gain is almost similar as well. The Truth Ear Zero has got a little bit more gain here, and this part here is where the difference is, where the Zero will sound a little bit more forward, a bit more bright, a bit more shouty. I wouldn't say shouty, but it's got more sparkle to it. But the roll off, okay, it rolls off a little bit more naturally as well as compared to the D13, which rolls off pretty early. Okay, so in terms of the bass, this too has got almost similar bass in terms of the sub bass. But if you listen to the D13, that rumble, which is not represented here in the graph, it resonates much further than the Zero. Okay, now let's compare to another one which I just reviewed, which is the TRI Kai, which is somewhere around here. There you go. Let me just turn off the Truth Ear. So take a look at this. The bass, the sub bass and the mid bass is exactly the same. In fact, the mids are exactly the same. But when it comes to the treble, there's a little bit of difference here. And the Kai, as I mentioned, sounds a little bit darker, right, than in terms of the treble as compared to the D13. And the roll off is almost the same except for the air, right? So this part here, D13 may sound like it has more air as compared to the Kai, okay, but they sound almost similar. But in terms of the rumble, again, let me talk about the rumble again. This rumble is really unique to this D13. The Kai does not have this type of rumble. Even when I'm listening to the same song, right, this has got more rumble. Okay, right, so do I recommend this? If you like listening to trance, house, techno, even rock bands, heavy metal, then yeah, you should get this IEM. I mean, it's $95 US. It's on the expensive side. I get it, but it's well worth the money, right? So yeah, I do recommend for those people who listen to this type of genre of music. But for those who listen to classical, jazz, those more analytical type of music, you still can get it. Maybe change out the filter to treble. But yeah, no, I mean, just I think just add this to the collection, and once in a while you might want to listen to trance. Who knows? And you have the IEM there to play that music for you. Right, so that concludes my overall impression and review of this LetShuoer D13. I hope you guys learned something from this video or enjoyed watching this video. If you did, do consider to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell, and also give this video a thumbs up. Right, so that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.